Am I a bit late? I am. I'm sorry. I was planning on getting here by half, by 30 minutes of the first half. I'm coming towards the end of the first half. This wasn't really what I was expecting, but it is what it is. Things happen, things get in the way. But the most important thing, oh, Chelsea! What a save! What a save. Then what a way to start the stream. The important thing is that we're here. You're here watching. I'm here streaming. And we're going to enjoy this game, this Chelsea against City game. I'm expecting big things, especially from the City team. I want to see how this second unit works. And I want to see, also want to see if Potter can stop the City team. I don't think they will. I think they're going to dominate. What I really want from this game is to see how well Pep can set up the second unit, because it's going to be very important for them if they're going to be successful this season. Their main objective this season is, of course, the Champions League. And of course, with these Champions League games, there will be times where the second unit is going to have to play in the Premier League, as you have back to back games very, very close within Champions League. So, Champions League and Premier League games. So, you need the second unit to be very functional and a well oiled machine. But yeah, that's the plan for today, to see how this team works and to see where both teams are at. Where both teams are at. I think Chelsea are going to struggle, but Chelsea have struggled all season, and even with Potter, sorry, I forgot. That's a bit better. And even with Potter, they've not been that good. But here they come on the counter. Ziyech, sorry, Kovacic. Bad pass from Kovacic. You don't expect that from cover. You don't expect that from cover. But yeah, let's just quickly look at the lineups and see what each team is working on. Again, I've just popped into the game. I haven't seen anything. I'm going to look at the numbers quickly, but I'm not going to get too carried away with the numbers because, as I've said before, the numbers don't always tell the full story. They tell a good story, but not the full story. You need to watch the game to actually know what's happening. And that's why I'm here today. Sorry, that's why we're going to look at the numbers and watch the game as well. City are going with Ortega at the back. Sergio Gomez, Laporte, Ruben Diaz, and Rico Lewis as the back four. I've not seen Sergio Gomez I've seen Gomez play. I haven't seen this Lewis guy play yet. Then Gundogan and Rodri as the back two. Doesn't really get much better than this in world football. One of the best midfield pivots in the world right now. And the other guys in the midfield comprise of Grealish, Palmer, and Red Mahrez. And up front, you have Julian Alvarez. Again, I'm not talking about the second unit. Julian Alvarez is arguably one of the most important within the second unit, because you can't really be playing Haaland all that much. And of course, knock on wood, I do not want Haaland to get injured. Even as a United fan, I still want Haaland to play because it is good for the game of football. But Haaland does have an injury record. So there will be games where Julian Alvarez is going to have to step up. So it's very good for him to begin to get these minutes. And I think that Pep, better than anyone, knows, because he knows what it takes to have a winning side. And he knows that these second units, I'm talking about the second unit, but it is important because it is going to be very important and very helpful for City to win the competition. Blake Hernandez, Mr. Consistent, how you doing, bro? How you doing, Mr. Consistent? Do you want United to get knocked out of Carabao Cup for less games? No, I think we need to win a title. But yeah, to that point, it's like, I do think we need to win a title. It'd be good for Tanag. But that's also a good point, because if we get knocked out, we play less games. That's a pretty good question. Barca wants to win a title. I want us to be competitive at every front, because we're not going to win the league. We're not going to win the Europa League, so we might as well win something. I think Tanag should go for one of the cups. I think he should go for one of the cups. I don't think trophies alone are a measure good enough of how good a team is, of how good a coach is. But this team needs a bit of success. The fans need to see some silverware. We need something, man. We need something. And I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Came a bit late, but we are here. And that's the City lineup. Chelsea are going with Edouard Mendy, Shaloba, Koulibaly, and Cucurella as the back three. Loftus-Cheek and Lewis Howe as the wing backs, Kovacic and Zakaria as the midfield pivot, Ziyech, Broha, and Pulisic as the front three. A lot of these players I've not seen yet, so it will be very interesting to see. I love to see who are the new young players coming through because you, of course, you have your Fodens, you have your Haalands, you have your Mbappes, you have your Musialas, Bellingham, Pedri, Gavian, etc. But there are also a lot of young talent unknown to a lot of us that play in these big clubs. So I like these games because we get to see some of these players. City's bench is comprised of Foden, Haaland, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Golden Phillips, Ake, Akanji, John Stones. So he's still went with some of the first team options in the bench, and with the Chelsea, pretty much the same thing. Kai Havertz, Aubameyang, Sterling, Mason Mount, Hutchinson, Gallagher, Thiago Silva, Aspilicueta, and Bettinelli. That's both teams done. We'll see how they get along. Quick numbers: City have kept 60% of possession compared to Chelsea's 40%, but that was kind of expected. 9 shots for City compared to Chelsea 6, 3 on target for both. But I'm not going to look too much into everything else because, yet again, I haven't really watched the game. And just looking at the numbers for the sake of looking at the numbers, I'm not really a fan of that. I don't agree with that. That's not how I look at the game of football. That's not how I rank football or evaluate football or whatever else. I'll need to watch the second half and then make up my own assumptions then. It looks like Leicester thrashing Houston NPC. I don't know what team that is. Let's see who they're playing. Liverpool derby 0-0. Interesting. Who are Leicester playing right now? They're winning 3-0. Newport County, that's it, that's NPC. Forest Tottenham. Is Forest winning? No. No, I think that one's 0-0 as well. Actually, they're winning 1-0. Lodi scored. Of all people for Lodi to score. I'm not making fun of Lodi, but the regulars in the channel know what happened with Lodi in that game against United. Yeah, very, very interesting to see Lodi scoring. Very, very interesting. Yeah, this I don't know why or how Liverpool are drawing to Derby. How? This team is what, 7th in League One? Crazy. Crazy. This is a game where Liverpool should begin to take the steps back into being the dominant team that they are. I picked Liverpool to finish second this season, and so far I am looking like a fool. Everyone is, because I don't think anyone picked Liverpool not to finish inside the top 3. If you did that, then you were crazy. The mess Liverpool are in right now, I don't think anyone expected. And if you did, it was a fluke. But Liverpool playing with Fabio Carvalho, I need this guy to get more minutes as well. He needs to be ready for the World Cup for Portugal. He needs to get more minutes. Fabio Carvalho, Stewart, a lot of unknown players, to be fair. Yeah, he's going with his second unit. Sal is not even within the team. So yeah, very interesting to see where this Carabao Cup round ends. I don't even know when we're gonna have the Carabao Cup final because it's usually around Feb, March time, but because of the World Cup, everything's gonna be delayed this season, man. And the players are not even getting enough rest after the World Cup. It's really unfair. For me, as a fan, I can't lie. I can't be a hypocrite and say that I don't enjoy the amount of football that's being played. I love it. I'll watch as much football as I can, especially me being a proper football fan and not a casual like a lot of people who just look at the numbers and who just listen to what other people say and you look at Ballon d'Ors and whatnot. I actually watch the game, so I like having these many games to choose from. However, I can't then ignore how hard the players are being pushed to work. especially now around this World Cup season. Especially now. But yeah, that was my little rant. Just things I have to get off my chest quickly before we get into the second half. The second half where the C team should win. Just quickly before we get back into the game, I just want to look at the Champions League quickly because I've talked about this on Player's Choice. And talking about Player's Choice, let me leave the link on the chat for you guys to go subscribe. If you haven't already, if you like football, if you like sports, if you like basketball, American football, and you like debates, on these things, go subscribe to Player's Choice, please. Actually, I'm not even saying please. They're for your own good. If you don't want to, don't. You're missing out. But yeah, that's just my little thing. Go subscribe to Player's Choice. If you don't want to, don't subscribe. You're missing out. But yeah, Champions League round of 16. I want to talk about that. I've not talked about it on the channel yet. Okay. Leipzig playing Man City. Oh, let me zoom in a bit because I'm pretty sure you guys can't see that properly. One more time. Is that good? Yeah, that's perfect. Leipzig playing one more time. Yeah, that's pretty good. Leipzig playing Man City. Club Brugge playing Benfica. Liverpool playing Real Madrid. Milan playing Tottenham. Frankfurt. Let's do that again. Leipzig playing Man City. Club Brugge playing Benfica. Liverpool playing Real Madrid. Milan playing Tottenham. Frankfurt playing Napoli. Dortmund playing Chelsea. Inter Porto. And Paris Bayern Munich. And I'm just going to get my predictions quickly and I'll explain why after. So City are winning, Benfica are winning, Real Madrid are winning, AC Milan are winning, Napoli are winning, Dortmund are winning, Inter are winning, and Bayern Munich are winning. And now I'll go into a bit more detail on why I think each team is going to win. Start with Leipzig and Man City. We talked about this on the podcast on Monday, and it's really unfair to Leipzig. You know, they've not been bad this season. For them to even to have made it out of their group, a very competitive group, just shows how good they've been. But you're going up against, in my opinion, the best team in the competition, the best team in Europe, the favorites to win the whole thing. A team who, for the last 2 seasons, without a quote unquote striker, you can talk about how much of a claim that really has, but City have not had that out and out number 9 as they usually have. However, they've still been able to dominate the Premier League and to get to a Champions League final in 2021 and to a Champions League semi-final in 2022. This same team, who've been excellent for the past 2 seasons, yes, and I mean excellent, should be able to win the whole thing now with Haaland. Haaland was the missing piece. Haaland was the plug that's going to allow them to win the whole thing this season, I believe. They're the favorites. So for Leipzig to be going up against them in the round of 16 is just unlucky. Any team that would have to play this Man City team or that has to play this Man City team on the rounds coming up, in my opinion, they are very unlucky. This is the worst matchup for any team. They will dominate the ball. They'll dominate possession, of course. They are very good defensively, and they have Haaland up front. Enough said there. Blake with the comment, for me, Frankfurt against Napoli will be interesting because we will see if Napoli continues their form after the World Cup. Plus, Frankfurt have talent such as Kamada. It will be very interesting. That's another thing. The World Cup. How much of an impact is the World Cup going to have on the quality of players with transfers happening in the January transfer window? Because it is kind of tradition after the World Cup, players having big performances for them to have a move. You look at Ronaldo in 2002, you look at James Rodriguez in 2014. That's just 2 examples I thought of. There are many examples throughout football history of players moving off to bigger clubs or different clubs after World Cups. Cuadrado as well in 2014. So very good question from Blake. After the World Cup, it will be very interesting to see if Napoli keep their form. It will be very interesting to see if other teams keep their form and how much of an impact the World Cup is going to have. And also, if Napoli are the real deal of this start of the season or just a fluke. Because even last season, they had a good start to the season. All the way up until April, Napoli were competing with the likes of Inter and AC Milan. They were all within 1-2 points of each other, but then Napoli lost the race as we headed towards the deeper stages of the Serie A. So very good question from Blake. But yeah, with City and Leipzig, it's just very unlucky for Leipzig to get Manchester City, because this is really the team to beat in the competition. Then you look at a team like Club Brugge, then you look at the round of, or the matchup of Club Brugge and Benfica. And I'm not saying this won't be a close game. I think it will be a close game. Club Brugge have been very good, and I don't know if this is true, but someone said that they didn't concede any goals in the competition, which was cap. They did concede 4 goals. They weren't that good, but Club Brugge have been good. To even make it out their group, that just shows, especially in the group against Porto, where every team there was very competitive. We're talking about Benfica. Benfica, a team who've been the most amazing and most impressive team in Europe this season. I'm not going to say I don't care, but when you compare Benfica to the other teams who've also been excellent this season and who've excelled, the likes of Arsenal, the likes of Napoli, in my opinion, I think Benfica have been a bit better, and it is for 2 reasons. Arsenal have been very good in the league, but they've not had the same level of dominance uh, as Benfica have had in the Primeira Liga. You can talk about how they play in the Primeira Liga, but you only play the teams that you have in front of you. And the teams that they've played, they've dominated. And then you look in the Champions League, where they were in a group with PSG and Juventus. Yeah, Juventus have not been that good this season, and you can point the finger at Allegri. However, you can't tell me that Juventus team is not talented, and that Juventus team was expected to finish second. Then at PSG, who in a lot of people's eyes is the best team in the world, and for a lot of people's eyes, and also in my opinion, they have the best football player of all time in Lionel Messi, and one of the best football players in all time in Neymar, and an upcoming all-time great in Mbappe. So that if Benfica was able to go head-to-head against that team and not lose, I'm sorry, but the dominance in the league and the Champions League performance make them the most impressive team in Europe right now. Club Brugge, they've been good. They've been very good in their league. They've done well in the Champions League, but you're going up a Benfica team that has been the most impressive team in Europe, who are playing amazing football, who have a manager who, in my opinion, Schmidt won't be at Benfica next season. The work this man has done, the way he's been able to develop the youth within this team, that's like guys like Enzo Fernandez within that team, taking that player and making him one of the most impressive players in Europe this season. And that's another guy that won't be at Benfica next season, in my opinion. He's going to move on to another club. So yeah, a great work done there. Club Brugge, good club. They have a chance. However, I don't think they're winning it. Then you look at a team like Liverpool. Sorry, then you look at the round of Liverpool against Real Madrid, and I don't think this is going to be a close one at all. I think Real Madrid are going to win this. They're going to dominate, and it will be very, 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 very different from what we had in the final last season. And the main reasons, because Real Madrid's midfield is that much superior to Liverpool's midfield, where even if Liverpool have a good night defensively and offensively, the way Real Madrid are going to dominate their midfield is just crazy. I look at Liverpool's midfield, the guys of, who do they have? They have Henderson, they have Fabinho, they have Thiago Silva. Maybe you could put in Fabio Carvalho, Harvey Elliott, maybe James Milner there. You have a bunch of players who are inexperienced and who have underperformed this season, and Henderson and Fabinho as well. Two starters who have underperformed this season. You're going up against Cruz, who's not been as himself this season, but this is his last season. Traneme, who stepped into this team very well. Valverde, Modric, and Camavinga. And offensively, they still have the same guys up there. Valverde has taken a step offensively this season. You have Vinny and Benzema still doing their thing up front. So it'll be very, 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 very hard for Liverpool to come out of this round victorious. No way am I picking Liverpool. I don't think this is going to be a close round. The Benfica against Club Brugge round, that's going to be a closer round than to this one. And I think that round isn't even going to be close. I think Benfica are the clear favourites. And on this one, Real Madrid are the clear favourites. So I hope I haven't disappointed any Liverpool fans. This is not hate towards Liverpool at all. I picked them to finish second in the league. I picked them to make a deep run in the Champions League, but this team has massively underperformed. Massively, massively underperformed. Then you go to AC Milan and Tottenham, and I'm going to pick AC Milan. Tottenham haven't been the team that I expected. Actually, you know what? We'll do this after. We'll do the Champions League thing after, and we'll focus on the game for now. I think we've run a bit. I was only meant to talk about this thing for 15 minutes. But hey, what do you know? I'll do my whole Champions League thing after. Wait for score. Oh yeah, that's just my quick insight on where I think the Champions League is going to be in the next round of 16. But let's focus on this game. This is why we're here. This is why you're here. This is why I'm here to look at this City and Chelsea game. And again, what I really want to see from this game is how the second unit of cities works, because it is going to be vital for them. I picked City to win the Champions League and the Premier League. I need the second unit to be good. They have to be good. They have to. Otherwise, my whole predictions were. Oh, sorry. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to change my predictions. And I don't want to do that. I'm gonna look like a fool. But yeah, DS on the ball. Hey, quite a few people watching. Thank you very much. First of all, thank you very much for even clicking on the video. If you like this type of content, if you like watch alongs, if you like top 10s, if you have more in-depth analysis, subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more content coming, shorts, etc. There's a lot more content coming. And yeah, tomorrow we're doing United against Aston Villa watch along. We'll see how my United get along. And then pretty much shorts for the rest of the week. And when the World Cup starts, that's when we'll be on streaming heaven. 2-1 Brighton. Mitoma, he's a baller. Okay, so you still support Brighton then? Because I remember you saying that you weren't going to support Brighton anymore if they didn't bring in the right replacement for Potter. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think that's what you said, Blake. Raw, Arsenal are losing. When you said the 2-1 to Brighton, I didn't know they were playing Arsenal. Crazy. But yeah, good job there, Brighton. Good job. Keep it up. Keep it up. Alvarez with the counter. Is it off to Mahrez? Can they score here? Mahrez! No penalty. He just went down too easy. Kurela there, good tackle. That was a good. Alvarez did well there to win the ball back and to lay it off to Mahrez. That was good. Borja loses the ball. I'll rate the Zerbi, so I still support Brighton. Oh yeah, so I was right. Yeah. I think Brighton and Newcastle are the teams, the two best teams outside. Wait, I don't think it was a penalty. I think he got the ball first. Sorry, Brighton and Newcastle are the closest two teams to breaking the top four, sorry, the top six, and the best teams outside of the traditional top six. They've been amazing. And Newcastle and Brighton, very, very good. Rodri, Gundogan. Lays it off. So what's the kid's name? Cole Palmer. Bernardo Silva and Calvin Phillips coming on. I expected Calvin Phillips to be playing this game as well. I think Rodri and Gundogan, those are first team players. I know you can't just change everything, especially not the two players that kind of like the heart and soul of your team in Gundogan and Rodri. Not saying that because they're the two best players, but because of the position that they play. You need your midfielders. You need your best midfielders to be as readily available as possible. But again, this is the second unit, and I thought he could have perhaps started Calvin Phillips. But yeah. Yeah, it's Gundogan coming off. He's not taking both of them, is he? He's taking both. He's taking Gundogan and he's taking Gundogan and Rodri for Bernardo Silva and Calvin Phillips. Interesting. Interesting. I want to see if Phillips is able to take a leap in the next if he has been able to take a leap with his time with Guardiola, because I think it'd be very, very, very helpful for England. I think that the midfield pivot is still going to be Bellingham and Rice, but if Phillips can impress and coming into that pivot as well, some way somehow, even if just in a rotation, that I thought Phillips was a really good player at Leeds, but now with Pep, hopefully he's picked up a few things and improved his game. I think that'd be very helpful for England. Silva, Grealish comes inside, takes a shot, good save from Mendy. Mahrez still on the ball, shoots on. Oh, it took a bit too long there. I think he was a bit reluctant. I think he hesitated there for a second or two to shoot with his right foot. I think it was his. Sorry, I think that if it was his left foot, he'd have taken the shot straight away. Grealish! What a save from Mendy. What a save from Mendy. Shout to Mendy. Good save. It is a corner for City again. They come Gundogan to Silva, back to Gundogan. Sorry, no Gundogan, that kid, Lewis. Mahrez. Mahrez comes in, gets space, very good dribbling. Free kick in a dangerous position. Shabola, bro, you can't be giving out these free kicks. Silly, silly decision there. Dangerous position for City to score from. Silly mistake. Can he score from here? Can he score this free kick? I think he will. Grealish, get off the ball, man. What are you doing there? Let Mahrez take it. Again, a few people watching, if you like the content, if you want more football content, be sure to subscribe. The World Cup is coming up. The World Cup's coming up. There'll be a lot more content coming through. A lot more. I've not done my in-depth videos yet. I've not really done my predictions yet, but it is coming. It is coming. Mahrez with the free kick. Come on, ref, play it. And it goes in. Jeez. 1-0 City. What a goal as well. Yo, Mahrez. After that penalty he missed against Dortmund, kind of redeeming himself here. So that was good. That was good. A very good goal from Mahrez. Very good. If you want more football content, subscribe. World Cup's coming up. I don't like being the guy to say these things. I don't usually tell people to subscribe, but the World Cup is coming up. More football content coming your way. What a goal as well. Perfect free kick. No chance for Mendy because the ball came in too fast. And just perfectly timed over the wall. Beautiful free kick there from Mahrez. City go up 1-0. But the second unit needs to work. The second unit of Cities needs to work. Otherwise, my whole predictions for this season will be wrong. But if it works, it means that they're going to be able to rest their players for the big Champions League games, and they'll still be able to win games in the league. The second unit has to work. 1-0 for City. They go up. And the cup competitions as well. The second unit has to be good for the competitions because you can't have De Bruyne, Haaland, Foden playing in these games. You need to get rest in these games. You need to plug in rest wherever you can. And these are the games to do it. These are the games to do it. Ooh. Thank you everyone for watching. There's a lot of people watching right now. I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Good switch there. Grealish on the ball. Lays it off. Good pass from Grealish. Beautiful. Ref says plays on. Cole, come on, kids. Chelsea on the counter, they won't do anything. I'm telling you now, they won't do anything. I have no faith on this Chelsea team. I'm going to finish my anyway. I was going to do my Champions League predictions and I was going to get to Chelsea. Bro, I have no faith on this Chelsea team. No, this isn't no attack on Chelsea or the Chelsea fan base. I have nothing but love for Chelsea. However, this team right now, and I think a lot of Chelsea fans would agree as well, this Chelsea team is as far from where they were expected to be last season and from where a lot of fans want this team to be and the standard of the club. Ziyech shoots. The hell was that? What the hell was that? Bad shot. Very bad shot. Wow, these numbers just keep going up. Thank you, everyone that's watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more time. If you could subscribe and you like the content, I would appreciate that. This guy has been such a disappointment, man. Ziyech. The tools he has on his arsenal, the ability he could display. I'm saying that as someone that's not a Chelsea fan. I can only imagine what Chelsea fans feel like towards Ziyech. Must be painful. Cucurella on the ball, plays it back. Mendy. Koulibaly, they're doing very beautiful from Koulibaly. That's how you get off pressure. Very good pass, Cucurella. Good pass from Cucurella. Loftus-Cheek, good touch. Here they come. Yo, this City team, they're not containing the Chelsea team well enough. Ziyech. They're being too open defensively. That's not what you want to see from a City team. Loftus-Cheek, ball in. Good tackle there from Cole. Well done from Cole. Grealish. Alvarez. Grealish, make the run, man. Alvarez switches. Good pass from Alvarez. Jeez. Mahrez. Alvarez is there. Very good play. Very, very, very good play. Started at the back with Palmer. Won the foul there. Got the team off. Sorry, he won the ball. Got the team off pressure. Won the free kick. Got the free kick and played it straight away, which enabled this play. I really liked what I saw there from Palmer. And then Alvarez and Grealish with a very good link up. Alvarez there being very, very calm, very collected, very mindful. Good court vision, excellent pass, beautiful from Alvarez. I need Alvarez to play like this. I'm not a City fan. Don't get me wrong, but I picked this team to finish first in the Premier League and Champions League. And if that's going to happen, the second unit needs to be playing like this. They just have to. Fantastic work there. Great link up from the free. Then Alvarez getting a second chance. Very, very good. Very good. That makes me happy because it means that my predictions are closer and closer to coming to fruition. Which is always good. And yeah, again, I just like to watch good football. So good switch. Again, if you haven't, guys, if you like football content, if you like basketball, basketball, American football, and you like the big shows, go subscribe to Player's Choice. The link is in the chat. I'm not going to say you have to subscribe. Do it if you want to. If you don't, you're missing out on a lot of good stuff. But for those of you that do, you're going to be making a very good decision. But yeah, that's the last time I'm talking about Player's Choice. 3-1 to Brighton. Crazy. Arsenal losing 3-1 to Brighton. Crazy. What lineup did Arsenal go for? Yo, things aren't looking good for Potter right now. He should have never taken this Chelsea job. I understand the desire to coach for a bigger club. I admire that. I co-sign it. You should always aim for more in life. However, you went into the wrong job, bro. This Chelsea team, this Chelsea club, they have a history of not giving their managers enough time at all. Potter, if he's going to do anything special with this Chelsea team, he is going to need time. Look at what they did with Tuchel, bro. That is what they did with Tuchel is just disgusting, in my opinion. This man got this team to 3 finals in a year. Sorry, three finals in 2 years. Good shot there from Palmer. Grealish. Phillips. Yeah, as I was saying, they got to two finals. They got to the Champions League. They won the Champions League with Tuchel, and then they managed to finish third in the league. And yeah, the expectation for them to compete was a lot higher. But City and Liverpool were just on another level last year, and they didn't give him enough time to continue to work on what he was building for. So I am scared for Potter because I think Potter is a good manager, but on this Chelsea squad, on this Chelsea club, sorry, if he doesn't get the result, if he doesn't finish in the high top four, if he doesn't win titles, they'll get rid of him. They will get rid of him, and I don't think that's a very good culture for any manager to know that at a moment's notice you can get sacked. And yeah, man, so far they've not been it. Again, I picked Chelsea to finish fifth in the Premier League, and people were laughing at me. But I guess some people just know ball. Yeah, Arsenal are going with. Yeah, this is definitely a second unit, but it's not like a completely horrible second unit. This team should still be able to beat Brighton. Pardon. And that just goes to show how good this Brighton team have been. Again, the second best team. Newcastle, I think, is the best team outside of the top six. I think Brighton are the second best team outside of the top six. So yeah, let's put some respect on Brighton's name. Very good from them. Very, very good from them. Truly impressive as well. He comes on the counter. Who's that? Lewis Hall. Kovacic. Bali, beautiful there. Good play. Cucurella now. I feel like Chelsea are growing more and more into the game, and this City team shouldn't allow that. I think they scored the first goal and got uncomfortable. They scored the second goal and got even more comfortable. They can't allow Chelsea to go into the game. That just sorry shouldn't be happening at all. Ziyech recovers from it. Oh, beautiful from Ziyech. Can he get a cross in? He does. Lewis Howe, what a save. Yo, this guy. Ortega. Yo, shout out to Ortega, bro. He's cooking tonight. Second time. And second time is Lewis Howe. Ortega, bro. Amazing save again. And who's that guy? 21, Sergio Gomez. He got done. He got spun by Ziyech. Absolutely spun. Cross comes in. Nothing. City get away. Get away, City. Easy. Ziyech now the ball. Also, my score prediction was 2-0. I forgot to say it out loud. My score prediction was 2-0. I would have said 3-0 if the lineup was a bit stronger, but I think 2-0 is pretty good. How did he miss that, man? Sorry, he didn't miss it, but he should have done better there from that position. Ortega, man, great save. Great save. People also talk about how Pep spends a lot of money, but this man also gets the right deals in for cheap sometimes. It's the goat. Silva. Mahrez. Yeah, game has definitely slowed down as City just grew comfortable. They scored the 2 goals. They aren't really pushing forward much anymore. I'm not liking it. Keep going. Get another goal. Get another goal. Some of these players as well. You have to show Pep that he can trust you to be a rotational player. This is the time to do it. Alvarez as well. I think Pep already trusts him, but get a few more goals. Like, get confidence up. Don't slow down. You're winning. Yeah, you're always going to beat this Chelsea team. They're whack. Phillips. Calvin. Can you switch quick? He does and plays a shot to Silva. Again, yeah. They're playing it safe. Can't really blame them. Don't like it, but can't blame them. Mahrez lays it off. Good 1-2 with Lewis. City not just keeping nice possession of the ball, retaining this advantage that they have as much as possible. And this Chelsea team as well, they're sitting nice and tight because they know they can't commit. As soon as you commit against the City team, it's going to open gaps and they will exploit them like this. Again, this is why, in my opinion, City are the favourites to win the Champions League and Premier League. I think they actually have to do a bit more. They have to be more consistent in the league as well. They've lost, sorry, not lost, but they've dropped a few points there, which they shouldn't have dropped. In the Champions League as well, they drew against Dortmund, which they should have never dropped. Drew against Dortmund. Grealish inside the box, takes it. Oh, good block there from Cucurella. Mahrez crosses it out wide. Silva, can he shoot? He doesn't keep it under control. It's another guy, Bernardo Silva, who I think is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. Top 3, top 5. However, whenever he comes to play with Portugal, man, whenever we need him in the national team, this guy, I'm not blaming him alone. I think he has more to do with the system than Bernardo Silva per se. But you watch him at City and you watch him at Portugal, it's like he drops a tier or two to the player that he usually is. Kind of disheartening, really. Thank you for everyone that subscribed during this live stream. I appreciate it, guys. A lot more football content coming your way. Again, tomorrow, for example, United against Aston Villa live stream. World Cup is coming up. What is it now? 2 weeks? We have this week, the next week. Nah, it's next week, technically speaking. After this week, next weekend, World Cup starts. Let's go. And start doing more World Cup content. That reminds me, I need to start looking at some of these team selections. I don't know if the England squad has come out. I think it's coming up tomorrow. English World Cup announcement. I'll find out. I can't see where it's coming. I think it's tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. I'll probably do a live stream of the announcement, anyways. But we'll see. We will see. Again, this England team, bro. I'm gonna make my videos on the World Cup, and talent-wise, my expectation for this team is they can win. Talent-wise, they can win, but I'm not putting them on that next tier when as favorites because Southgate. They can win the whole thing, but they're not favorites in my opinion because I think their manager is kind of inept. My favorites are Brazil and Argentina. I think those two teams have everything going on for them. The manager, the continuity, the consistency, the recent results. I think that those two teams are the favorites. The players in form right now. The only other team that's kind of like favorites or could have been favorites in my eyes were France. But I took France out of that equation when I saw they can still win, but they're not favorites anymore. When you take out Pogba and Kante, your two guys that have been excellent for you. Pogba and Kante, for example, they've never lost a game when they've played together for France. Never lost a game when they've played together for France. And some people still have them as favorites. And I think that's disrespectful. How are you going to have a team still as favorites when the two essential pieces within that team are not even going to the World Cup? How does that make sense? They can still win the whole thing, but you can't still have them as favorites. It's like if Portugal lost Ronaldo and Bernardo Silva. Not really, but you get what I'm trying to get at. Once you lose your essential pieces, you can't still be on the same level. You can't be at this level, lose essential pieces, and still be at the same level. You have to go at least a tier down. We'll see what Kamavinga and Tronemi do. But those two haven't really played together for France. There's no evidence of them being excellent for France. But we'll have to see. A team that a lot of people are talking about, and I disagree with, is Netherlands. Netherlands have a good midfield. They have a good defense. But their attack is whack. And I mean whack. Gallagher, good pass. Pulisic. But yet, we'll get into all of that. We'll get into the whole World Cup thing soon enough. Again, just want to say quickly again, I think I've had about 5 people subscribing on this live stream alone today. I appreciate it, guys. Truly appreciate it. We keep moving forward and keep trying to grow this community. Last 20 minutes of the game, and we'll see where this Chelsea team can get up to. Cover. Bro, this kid, Cole Palmer, I haven't really seen him on the ball as much, but off ball, the effort he's putting up, I like it. I really like it. The second goal came from him winning the ball back, taking that free kick quickly. I really like him. The way he just pressed Kovacic now, I'm liking. I'm seeing glimpses of. I'm seeing good glimpses, or glimpses. However you want to say that. Koulibaly plays it out to Cucurella. It's a quick cover. The second unit from City, not been bad, but it hasn't really impressed me. You're going up against a poor Chelsea side. You've not impressed me. Your football also hasn't impressed me yet. Doing well to be winning. Oh, again. Jesus Christ, Ortega. What a save. He was offside. Give this man the man of the match already, man. What a ping from Mason Mount. Yeah, he was offside. Pulisic. Yeah, it was Pulisic. He was offside. Good touch, good turn, good shot. But Ortega's on it today. This man's on it. The camera just found out to Ederson, sorry. I don't think Ederson needs to be worried about losing his job. I think as a goalkeeper, as a shot stopper, I don't think he is as good as some people make him out to be. But that's because some people think that he's the best in the league. I don't think he's that. I still think he's a very good goalkeeper. But the reason why I think Ederson isn't losing his job is because his ability to play out from the back is unmatched. There are very few talents like Ederson, in the world, and he's the only one within the C team. Ortega is doing well because that means he's going. That means that Pep can trust him to be within the second unit. And as a manager, you always want that. But I don't think that Ederson needs to be worried about his job at all. He's fine. Kovacic out there to Gallagher. Out to Sterling. Plays it out. Look. Nothing. Nothing there. Lucas on the bench. Mr. Haaland. The man himself. Ortega is a brilliant goalkeeper. The Bundesliga, he was brilliant at Beerfield, even though they got relegated. He is better than Ederson. Again, as a shot stopper, you could say he's a better goalkeeper. But his overall, I said that Ederson doesn't have to be worried about his overall game because I think that Pep values the things that Ederson can do with his feet very, very high. That's why I think he isn't getting into the starting 11. Good keeper, but the way this C team plays and what Ederson offers to this team, Ortega doesn't really do that for the team, in my opinion, at least. Kovacic could pass to Sterling. This is a guy who's underperformed. One of the biggest underperformance this year. You can talk about how he's in a bad system. He is in a team who every other player has also underperformed. But my oh my, has Sterling been far from what people expected. I personally expected him to be the guy to get goals for Chelsea. Well, one of the reasons why I had Chelsea at fifth was because I believed that Sterling was going to be able to step up for them. And the base case scenario I had for Chelsea was that most of their players being consistent and then being able to finish inside the top four. However, that has not happened, and a player like Sterling, who um, should have been a lot better this season, has not. It's been poor. Very bad performances from Sterling this season. Lost the streak, crosses it. Calvin Phillips gets there first. City need to get another goal, man. From Alvarez. And not another goal to seal the deal. I think the deal is sealed. I think the deal was sealed after the first goal. But they've been too comfortable, man. Too comfortable. Until they try to get another goal. Minute 78. Not much long left. Again, for everyone watching, if you are enjoying the content, if you want more football content, if you could subscribe, that'd be a massive help for the channel as we try to grow this community. Mount on the ball, can he switch? He doesn't, loses the ball. Calvin Phillips there, good pressure there. Good pass from Cucurella. Kai Havertz.
What? Bro, what are you talking about?
What the hell was that? And people tried to come at me when I said that Pulisic and Kai Havertz went that caliber of players last season. They just aren't, and it's not because talent-wise they're not there. Just they're so inconsistent, man. Cucurella, Gallagher. Mount, what a pass! I think he's offside. No, he wasn't. But what a pass from Mason Mount. Mount is growing as a player. From last season when he averaged, what was it, 11 goals and 10 assists? Lampard type numbers. And just his overall game, whenever I've watched him, he's just gotten a lot better from where it was 2-3 years ago. Much more composed, much better creator, much better on the ball, much better off the ball. I've liked what I've seen from Mount. Even when he's in a team who's just been whack. Koulibaly. Mount there, good one too. Can he lay the ball off? Too slow there. Sorry, that's Pulisic. Minute 80 now. Last 10 minutes. Which team is going to get that second goal? Again, we're very close right now to 1,080 subscribers. We're currently seating at 1,079. Just anyone. If you could hit that red button. It's cheap. Doesn't cost anything. And you'd be helping me a lot. And helping to grow this community. Ake coming on. And Mr. Laporte coming off. Come on, man. Jog on, jog on, jog on. Let's continue the game. Come on. No, not too many interruptions. Goal kick for City. No, was it a goal kick? Was it a throw in? I think it's a throw in. Throw in for City. That's it. Silva. I think the second goal kind of destroyed the match, man. This City team definitely could have gone for a third one, man. Silva. Diaz. Diaz there. I was going to say, but good progression. Good progression, sorry, but he left it off. Is that Palmer? Good bit of skill there from Palmer. Very good, very good, very good from Palmer. Like what I'm saying, is he English? Hopefully he is. He's going to add to the pool of talent that this team already has. He is English. Just adding to the pool of talent already within this national team. Very good to see. I can't. Okay, no worries. Okay, let's get back to Ortega. Thank you. Someone actually subscribed. Yo, shout out to you. Thank you, bro. 1080. I appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate it. Silva, place it back. Bernardo, place it off. Ortega. City team, man, go for another goal. What are you doing? Why are you so passive? Yeah, you're winning, but you are always going to win against this Chelsea side. They're ass. Come on. Go for that other goal. There it is. It's off. Mendy. Palmer. Can he get there? He doesn't. Lays it off. Silva. Sorry, Pulisic. Harvard. These guys got me mixed up there. Tried to play the ball into Sterling, but it was a bit too much for City. He tried. Give him that. Bad try, but he tried. A lot of people. I'm still mad at this. A lot of people came for me last season for criticizing Pulisic and Kai Havertz, but they were ready to crucify Marcus Rashford. We go through. Did you actually beat Arsenal? Crazy. Shout out to Brighton, bro. Yeah, full time. Shout out to Brighton. They did well today. Very well. Guess I'm gonna be watching AFTV tonight. I guess I'm gonna be watching AFTV tonight. Oh, crazy. Here comes Chelsea cover. There's it off Sterling. Cover, good switch there. Aspley. There's it back Sterling. Phillips gets there first. Good tackle there from Phillips. Man, I was right about this Chelsea team at the beginning of the season. Where are the goals going to come from? Havertz and Pulisic, both inconsistent. They were meant to come from Sterling, but Sterling has underperformed this season. I also liked what Mason Mount was able to do last season, but I don't think Mount is at the level where he can do this on a season in, season out basis. So yeah, man. Aubameyang, he's been whack. Werner and Lukaku, both gone. This team needs goal. Needs goals, sorry. They need goals. One of those four guys up front is gonna have to step up, even if it is from Mount from the midfield. Someone has to step up for this Chelsea team. A lot of talent. Sorry, within each team's bench. Koulibaly plays it back. Ruben Diaz there doing very well. Very well done from Diaz. Gallagher switches. Rico is in the ball in dangerous position. Cucurella lays it off to Harvard. But Harvard's with a bad pass. Can Putic get it in? Who's that? Grealish. Cover. Aspi. Game has definitely slowed down. Aspi crosses it. Yeah. What minute are we in? Minute 88. Last 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes of this fateful second half. Again, I appreciate everyone that's watching, and I appreciate everyone that has subscribed to the channel during this live. Really, really appreciate it. Harvard shoots. Too wide. We're growing this community, man. We're growing this community. Good shot there from out. Just a bit too wide. I don't think the ref should even give any extra time, man. This second half. Oh, disappointing. Wanted more. Ortega. Village comes back in with a bad pass. Ake covers it. Good from Ake there. And Grealish and Aspi getting into it. What even happened? This guy Aspi always getting into it with other guys. Both get yellow cards. Well deserved. Got such good pass. But it's Harvard's. Didn't really expect much more from this guy. Pulisic. Sterling shoots. Ortega still saves it. And was it a goal? Ake, own goal. What are you doing, bro? Offside. That's his luck. That's his luck. Imagine coming in just to score an offside. What are you doing? Mop it. Offside there. Lucky guy. Free kick for City. Appreciate everyone that's watched the stream. Really, really. Was he even offside? Oh, was he even offside? Yeah, he was on the pitch. What am I talking about? He was offside. and the ref gives 4 minutes of extra time. I don't know why. What happened during the game that warrants a 4 minute extra time? Where is this game going as well? Like, the scoreboard isn't going to change, so I don't get it. Cucurella, Sterling. Here they come, Phillips. What happened there? Technical difficulties? Is that what's happening? Hopefully not. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Oi, 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 oi. Let's keep these these noise levels down. Last minute and 10 seconds. Last minute now. Going through the end of the match. Appreciate everyone that's watched. It means a lot, guys. It really does. Helping this community, this football community to grow. Really, really appreciate it. Mm. Yeah, second unit, it's not been bad today. Again, the main focus of this game, the reason why I wanted to watch this game was to see how this good, apart from it being like a big game, quote unquote, although it just haven't been whacked this season. What I want to see from this City team was the second unit and how well it works, because it's going to be very important for them moving forward. I'm someone who picked City as the favorite to win the Premier League, as the favorite to win the Champions League. So I need to make sure that if this is a team that I pick, that the second unit is working quite well because of the amount of games that's being played this season. Like, usually you need a strong second unit, but especially this season, man, you can't have Haaland, De Bruyne, and etc. playing every single match. I was even surprised that he started Gundogan and Rodri today. But I guess you do need that consistency in the midfield. He didn't really have anyone else to plug in those holes. But you need a second unit. The second unit hasn't been bad, but they haven't really impressed me all that much. Today, there's still definitely room for improvement there. But yeah, game's over. City won. They've done well. Um, we'll see how they perform moving forward. I just want to say quickly that the stream is over. I appreciate everyone that's watched. Again, I keep saying this, but it really helps the channel. It really helps this community growing. If you've liked the live stream, leave a like and subscribe, because this community is only growing and the World Cup's coming up. You don't want to miss the content that's coming through for the channel. See you tomorrow for Man United against Aston Villa at around the same time.